Hi everybody. So today I'm going to share with you a Bible from Church Bible Publishers. Now this one is going to be their new mid-sized interleaved Bible. So this here is our item number. This one is going to be the mid-sized interleaved Bible in red ironed calfskin. They do come wrapped in paper and then also wrapped in plastic. So they do wrap them nice. Here is a shot of their business card in case you would like to take a screenshot of that. Has their address, their phone number, and their website. And then on the back side, some of the different Bibles that they option. And then I would pause and read that Uniquely Yours if you've never read that before. Because with these being handmade, they truly are one of a kind. So here is just a little insert that talks about some of their different Bible options. So you can get a wide margin text-only Bible, a wide margin reference Bible. They've got several different styles of the classic study Bible with the Schofield notes. You can get a large print reader's edition, journaling Bibles, different water buffaloes. You can get full yap Bibles. So lots of different options. So if you love the King James, I would definitely recommend Church Bible Publishers. I personally love their Bibles. So again, this one is going to be the Interleaved mid-size edition in the red iron calfskin. This one here measures out at 9 3/4 inches tall, 6 7/8 inches wide, and it's 1 3/4 inches thick. So considering this as an interleaved, that really is not a very big Bible. So we're going to have red and yellow head and tail bands, and their gold gilding, in my opinion, is some of the absolute best gilding out there. So we've got the red ironed calfskin. You can see that grain on there, and the more you use them, the more pronounced that grain gets, which I think is really neat. It is perimeter stitched all the way around the perimeter, and then just inside the perimeter we can see that tool line. So just really pretty, and I love the color red. On the spine we're going to have Holy Bible, Authorized King James, and CBP, which again is Church Bible Publishers. And then right there, those raised hubs. That is awesome. I love raised hubs on a Bible. So this one is going to be available in several different color options on the iron calfskin. They're going to retail for $75. You can also get a lambskin for $75. They're also going to offer it in a water buffalo in the milk chocolate. This happens to be my turquoise edition that I bought from them, just to show you what that color is on that water buffalo. And what I'll do is I'll link in one of the cards right here to pop up on the screen my video which I did on the different leather options that they have, so you can see all of them. But you'll be able to get it in this type of leather, which is just beautiful, and these will be $125. But I also wanted to show you that considering this is an interleaved edition, it's not going to be any bigger than the turquoise. So that is pretty impressive. So if you're a fan of the KJV and you like taking notes, you're going to love this Bible. So we're going to have a nice liner in here. We've got it stamped iron calfskin. We can see all that stitching. But this liner, it is an edge line Bible, so this liner is going to be tabbed up onto the block. You can see the line right there. And then these first two pages are stuck together for some extra strength and durability. So make sure you do not pull those apart. This Bible does have a sewn binding, and one thing that we can see is right there, it's staying open for us, and I haven't even broke this in yet. But we'll have a few pages of blank cardstock. One thing we can see is the stitching, so nice sewn binding. That's going to be for strength and flexibility. And this Bible, if you take care of it, it'll last you a lifetime. So you've got some blank cardstock. You can take some notes. We'll have our presentation page and our family records pages. So you'll have places to log the children, marriages, grandchildren, as well as deaths. And then we get into our title page. So there again is our item number, and I'll link their website and their information in the description box, as well as the video that shows all their different leather options. And I'll also link in there, as well as in right here on a card, my video on Bible marking pens, because you do want to make sure that the pens that you use in this, I would test them first. So we're going to have the epistle dedicatory as well as the translators to the reader. And these would be perfect pages to test your pens. That way you're not testing them in the biblical text. You can underline and highlight in here, maybe take some notes in the margins, check out your pens. Then we'll have the list of all of the books of the Bible. And then we get right into the text. So we're going to have a double column layout. It is going to be verse by verse. This one does not have any references. It does not have a concordance, just a text only with the wide margins. But then what makes this one interleaved is in between every single page, we're going to have a lined page for you to take notes. So you can see the lines there. That way you can keep your notes nice and straight. I would recommend using some type of paper behind it, just in the event that your pens start to bleed through or anything. Plus it does make it a little bit easier to see, and then it prevents the other pages down below getting all of those other notes or just the pressure marks from your pens as well. Also, having a piece of black paper is a great trick for Bibles that have any ghosting. Now this one, I don't have any issues with ghosting on this one. It does have a 9-point font. Now, of course, you're going to have some show through where there is no text. But I'll give you an example of what this trick can do. And I'll put a link to my video where I show you how to get rid of ghosting. You can see right there that that gets rid of any of that. So if you've got a Bible that you love but you don't use because of the ghosting, just grab a piece of black paper. Super easy trick. This one is not self-pronouncing. So our margins in here, so not only do we have that full page front and back in between every single page of the biblical text for notes, but you've also got these wide margins. So our outside margins are going to be 1 1/8 inches. So plenty of space there for notes. And if you like to take down cross-references, with it being verse by verse, you're going to have space after those verses to jot down some cross-references. We've also got our pilcrow marks. So if you're not familiar with the KJV, if this was in a paragraph format, that would be where a new paragraph would start. Then on our top as well as our bottom margins, we're going to have 1/2 inch, but again 1 1/8 inches there. You do have a little bit of space on the inside margin, but with all of this space here and these blank pages, you're probably not going to need to utilize that. We will have 2 ribbon markers. They will be double-sided satin. These in this edition happen to be red. They're always cut really nice. They do a great job on their ribbons. The Water Buffalo editions, or at least all the ones that I've purchased, have always had 3. And again, the Water Buffalo one will be $125. These will be $75. But just a beautiful Bible. They are printed and bound in the United States. So if that's something that concerns you as far as like purchasing a Bible made in China, you're not going to have to worry about that here with Church Bible Publishers. But just a great edition of the KJV. So again, we'll have our second ribbon there. Now this one is going to be just black letter only, so we're not going to have any words of Christ in red in this one. I don't know if they're going to come out with other versions of an interleaved in the future or not, but I really like this one. I would love to have something like this in a turquoise, but we can see already that this is the same thickness as the turquoise, which would mean that turquoise would end up being really, really big. Alright, so we're going to get to the end of Revelation, and then we're going to have 7 additional pages. So again, it's going to be the same Bible paper. So more space for notes, and then we're going to have our maps. We're going to have 15 full color maps. We've got the list of them there. So if you wanted to see what maps it contains. I just love their Bibles. Some of my favorite KJVs happen to be from Church Bible Publishers. So we've got our 15 maps. Are going to be on a thicker cardstock, but it is a satin finish. We do have the border around it, so if you wanted to take some notes on them, I do really like the colors that they use. And we're going to have some more stitching here. So more evidence of our sewn binding. And we can see right there that that's laying completely open for us, and I have not broke this Bible in yet. So again, 15 full color maps, and then we've got some more pages for blank cardstock if you want to use some of these for extra notes or for prayers. Or I think it's always nice to use one of them for like a travel log in case you take your Bible with you. You can jot down the dates and the places where you took it. I think that's pretty neat. But just a beautifully done Bible. I love the color. I really like the red. I like their iron calfskin. I love their water buffalo, their lambskin. Anything that they do extremely well. But just a beautiful edition of the KJV. Again, this one is the Interleaved edition. Here's another shot of their card. I'll link all of their information in the description box. And coming up here on the screen in just a moment, you'll see the videos for all the different leather options as well as the Bible marking pens. And then I'll also put one for how to get rid of ghosting in your Bible, because that is super, super handy. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.